Hey everyone, it's Tuesday and I'm filming again. Today I'm going to be doing two different kinds of blooms on coasters. I have an order that I need to fill, a commission, so I have two different sets of coasters I need to do, and they're both blooms, but they're different kinds of blooms. So I had to mix up two different kinds of paints, but anyhow, so here is my tile that I have, and I'm cleaning it off with some 91% isopropyl alcohol. Notice that I have my gloves on because you want to make sure you don't get any oil back on it, so always have your gloves on when you're cleaning, and that just helps the paint adhere. I have two tiles here that I'm going to be I need to match up this to a set of coasters. So I've chosen these two tiles. It's just going to depend on which one I like better. So hopefully you guys, yeah, you can see those. So I've got that one and I've got that one. They're both the same colors. Used a black topper, and this is the Shelly Art Bloom technique with those. Put those away. I'm kind of guessing at what the colors were. Hopefully, hopefully I've got it right. And hopefully they match. They don't have to match exactly, but my mom ordered them for an event they're having. She's going to put them in a silent auction. So that'll be fun to see what kind of money they get for them. All right, so I've got my, let's see, which one do I want to do first? Let's do the Shelly Art Blooms first. So I've got my house paint, which is Color Place. I get that at Walmart. I have added a little bit of water to it just so it's not so thick. And my colors that I have for my color, they're the Color Art primary elements. I have those already mixed up, and let me see. I've got some of the, trying to remember the color names, and I'm not going to be able to. I know the sky blue and the passion, I think. The other one I always forget. Okay, the pink is the ginger flower by Color Art. And the yellow is sunflower. You'd think I would remember that. Okay, so those are the two, and then the sky blue for the blue. And then I have my black cell activator that is just Amsterdam lamp black mixed with some Australian floetrol. Okay, so I'm going to put down my puddle. I'm going to lay down the blue first. Just going to do little puddles because these are tiny tiles. They're like 4x4. So you don't need a whole lot of paint. And this should go pretty quickly because they're my paints I have mixed up with some untinted house paint, a neutral base house paint, mixed with some polyacrylic. I believe I have it 2-to-1 or 3-to-1. And then I think I have a little bit of gold paint in the yellow one. Put a little bit of the 24 karat in there. Okay, so I'm going to blow. When you're blowing these, I'm just going to blow in that middle a little bit, see if we can open that up. When you're blowing these, there is no big, huge hurry to get the bloom blown out. So you don't want to be slow about it because you're black cell topper will sing, but you don't need to rush either. You know, take your time, get those petals blown out the way you want them. I'm not going to worry about the 5 petals that I normally do on these little ones because most of that's going to get stretched out. They probably won't look much like flowers when I'm done, but it's okay because they're just little coasters. As long as the colors match, I'm good. And it looks like they are. Pretty, I think I guessed pretty good. It's a nice thing about doing videos is you don't have to guess. So I'm just waiting for that middle to come back up. I went ahead and put some more paint down around my edges, just so when it starts to slide, it'll have somewhere to go. It won't get stuck. Okay, let's see, got a bubble there. Let's see, it's almost ready to... On the smaller tiles, you probably can go ahead and stretch. You just don't want to mess up that middle and get the middle all scrunched up. See how the middle's not moving yet? But sometimes you can coax it into moving. I don't want to be here all day with this video, so... I went to the one corner, so I'm going to go to the opposite corner. I've got all my cups set up over there so I can go right to a drying space. When you're doing coasters, that's important because you gotta, you know, you're doing 4 at a time. I do 4 in a set, so went back to the middle and then I'm off to the other corner. Okay. And then last corner. Okay. So really pretty. Give you guys a close-up on that. All right, I'm going to set that over here to dry. And I'm going to wipe the edges a little bit because we don't want it dripping a whole lot more than what it already has off the edges. Okay. Messy, messy, messy. That house paint is so messy. But you just get incredible effects with it. Okay, so here's number 2. And this may be another long video. I did, though. I was so excited. Figured out how to splice the videos together. So I at least don't have to do part 1 and part 2 anymore. I'm learning, you guys. It's definitely a learning curve. I'm not very computer savvy. You know, I've been a hairdresser all my life, so. I try to keep my skills up and learn new things. So this has kind of been good for me. I kind of missed the center there. I think it'll still be okay though. Put a little bit more. All right. Let's blow that out. Okay, let's go around the edges with some paint while it's sitting there. These are going to be so pretty when they're dried. That Primary Elements, if you guys haven't used it yet, it is really gorgeous. I'm hooked. I want to order the, I've seen some of the girls using the, oh, what do they call them? The interference. I want to order some of those. I've got the kit in my cart. I just haven't pushed the button yet. Ooh, pretty, pretty. Just love the cells and the lacing that you get. Okay, I'm going to move it a little bit, try and get that center to move. Okay, go to the opposite corner. The other nice thing, if you, back to the center, if you water down your base paint a little bit, like I'm talking a little bit of water, maybe 1/4 of a cup to that whole 3/4 of that container I had filled there. It helps it move faster. So you're not standing here all day trying to go from corner to corner. I also think it helps it dry better. You don't get the cracking and crazy stuff going on. Okay, I'm going to bring it back to the center, and then I'm going to go down a little bit to that other corner because there's not a whole lot of lacing going on down there. And you don't have to have lacing in or cells in every single part of your piece, but just be aware of composition. You want it to kind of make sense and be balanced. Okay, there's that one. Let me clean my corners here so I don't have to do it trying to stretch over there. Just wiping edges off. Okay. I am working on getting a bunch of stuff in my Etsy shop too. So I will have some coasters and trivets in there pretty soon with the bloom techniques. I'm also working on some boxes, some wooden boxes. So I poured some of those yesterday and the lids for those. So hopefully I'll have those up too soon. I love this ginger flower. It is just gorgeous. It has a color shift property to it. So when it dries, especially when you're mixing it with the blue, it really has a purple, more of a purple color, which you saw from the dried ones that I showed you. Wow. Wasn't watching where I was going. I'm hoping you guys are getting to see when I blow. Not blowing real hard. Just give it a, you want to get that black out there into those colors. I really am torn. I really do love the black. But sometimes you don't want it to be dramatic. You want it to be subtle. So the white gives you the more subtle. The black is definitely dramatic though. Just putting the paint around the edges too gives you a little bit of time to let that center kind of settle. Love that top petal there. Really pretty. And I love the centers on these, how the gold and the black. Get that mix. And then a little bit of the pink in there. Really pretty. Okay, I'm gonna go off to this corner. I'm not a big one to stretch completely out. I really like to keep some of the petals so that you're kind of looking at the center of a flower and you can see the petals. So I'm not big on stretching it completely out. Okay, and there's number 3. And next week I'll show you these dry. Oh, I should have showed you the painting dry. Forgot. The painting we did last week turned out really pretty dry. I'll have to maybe pause and go get it if we have time. All right, last one on this technique. Going over the edge already here. Okay. And what you're trying to do when you're doing these is you're trying to blow that black up into the petals. So you want to get almost like a horizontal blow on it so that the black goes out up into the petal. I kind of blow down and then out, all in one blow. I'm going to grab some paper towels because my hands are getting really messy. And I'm going to move these back a little bit so that I have room for the new ones. Okay, now we're ready for the other ones when I get them done. Get this guy covered on the edges. I may only do a couple of the other ones just so you get the idea. On those and not have a super long video. And my internet is being crazy today, so I was trying to print something out to show you guys, and I couldn't get it printed, so something's going on with my internet today. So I'm hoping I can get this video uploaded, was my point. You try to talk and tilt at the same time, and sometimes you're you don't always have your concentration. Okay, back to the center and then off to the other corner. You try not to tilt these, you know, you're only going to each corner one time. You don't get wonky cells, so just try to keep that in mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, and done. I don't know if you can see that shimmer in there from the color art. Primary elements, they're powders, and they're just incredible in the sunshine. Oh my gosh, I took some outside yesterday to photograph, and they're just so beautiful. Okay, there is number 4. So we got our coasters done. Set that one over there, and then we'll move on to the Dutch pour technique. So the Dutch pour technique, I'm using my, where are we at on time? Okay, we're like 20 minutes. The Dutch pour, I'm using my Artist Loft Flow acrylic for the base, and also for to pour over, because my base is thin enough. For the Dutch pour, you want your base to be on the thin side, and you want your colors to be on the thin side. So I thin those out. First I put in some of the Deco Art Duraclear gloss varnish, but you can use any varnish. Put a little bit of that on top of your colors, and then thin them out with water, because you want them to be more fluid for a Dutch pour. These are the colors I'm using. I made my red, I'm matching this girl's rug, and that's why I wanted to print off the picture of the rug that she sent me. But hopefully we're still in the middle, yeah. So I have a brick red, a sage green, which is the peridot. The red is crimson, but I added a little bit of phthalo green just to tone it down a little bit and make it more of a brick red. Remember, your complementary colors are good for earthing colors out, if that makes sense, to make them more muted. So I've got Tuscan Teal by Apple Barrel, and I have Naples Yellow by Artist Loft. So those are my 4 colors I'm using, and I think pretty close to at least the picture of the rug she sent me. So hopefully they will match. And so I'll put my base down. And then I'm going to go ahead and get it spread out. Okay. Doesn't have to be on all 4 corners, but you want it to be spread out. Alrighty, and we're going to start our puddle with, I want the yellow to be in the center, so I'm going to start off with the red. Again, these are tiny tiles, so you want to be careful with how much paint you put on. And that might have been too much, but we're going to find out. Okay, then I'm going to go with the blue, Tuscan Teal. You don't want to put the red and green together. Okay, and then some of the yellow. And we'll see how this goes. I may have to adjust. I may change the order, because I really don't want to lose that red. The red was a major part of the rug. Okay, so I just poured my base paint around the edges, and now I'm going to blow. Paint over the top. should have gotten out my turntable. All right, now I'm going to blow the petals out, and I want to do 5. Okay. And I did get some of that red out there. I'm not crazy about the center, so that one might get swiped, but I'm going to keep moving. I'm going to do a couple more and see. I think the color scheme is okay, but I just wish that center had some more cells in it. And I may, I don't know, let me see. No, I thought maybe if I torched it I'd get some more, but nope. Okay. The red. I'm going to go less of the green and the blue this time. Hopefully keep some more of that red. And less of the yellow. Part of my problem is I don't have my turntable. Oh, I've got to. You know what? I'm going to try just blowing. I'm going to try not covering up. Let me see how that works. I think I might like that better. Yeah, I like that better. Better, but I should have covered my whole canvas. I missed the boat on that one. Okay, so that first one's definitely going to get scraped because this worked better. So not covering up, not blowing over, just blowing out. Okay, let's do one more of those. And then I'll pause you guys and go get that painting so I can show you the painting. I hung it in my bedroom. And let's do this the right way this time. Get it spread out. All of my animals have been in here today with me. My Daisy's in here right now. She's my little white cockapoo. So they're all taking turns visiting. Love that red. I'm going to have to use that for something else. I think, you know, I haven't done the Dutch flowers in so long. I've been doing the Shelly Art blooms that I've lost my touch, I think, a little bit with these. Let's see. I'm going to try and blow with my mouth. and see if that makes a difference since I'm so used to doing that now. No, I like it better with the straw. They get too fat when you do it with your mouth. So let's scrape that. Go again. I didn't like how much blue I had in that one anyway, so take it easy with that. Problem with my Tuscan teal is it's really watered down. So I have to be really careful when I pour it. Alrighty, there's number 2. So I'm going to leave that there for you guys, and I will be right back. Okay, so here is the painting from last week. Kind of hard to, let me lift you up a little bit. All right, so it dried really pretty. That peridot is really pretty. I have it in my bedroom when the sun comes up in the morning and it gets really shimmery. So, very happy with that one. It dried nice. Remember, I had it over an old painting, so, but I sanded it down and put an alcohol rubbed it, so have to get rid of this. I don't like this pink flower over here in the middle, on the end. So I'm going to get rid of that. But yeah, I think that came out really pretty. I love all the cells going on in the green. That was the open cup. And I did change this flower, this one, from the video. Didn't like it, didn't like how it blew out, so I just scraped it off and redid the flower. And that's the cool thing about this fluid painting, is you can do that. All right, guys, so I just wanted to show you that. And hope you enjoyed the flowers. I'm not liking this one. It's probably going to get scrubbed again. Actually, I'm not liking any of them. I think maybe the base is too thin. I have to fix something. Something's not right. But I'll show you those next week if I can get them to come out right. I'm going to try to thicken up my base a little bit. So I'll see you guys next week. I hope you have a great week. Please like, share, and subscribe. I am planning on doing another giveaway for 700 subscribers. And I think last time I checked, I was at 636. So we have a little ways to go, but I will be doing another subscriber giveaway at 700. So have a great week, and I'll see you guys later. Okay, guys, third time's a charm. I figured out what was going wrong so I'm putting this at the end of the video. I'm just going to do one really quick for you. So I thickened up my base. My base was a little bit too thin. I changed the colors a little bit. I went with a gold, the 24 karat gold instead of the Naples yellow. And I changed out the Tuscan teal for a turquoise. I just liked it better. The Tuscan teal was too runny, too thin. So, and then I completely forgot, because I haven't done these in so long. There's a little thing that I do at the end that really makes a huge difference in the flower effect. So here we go. I also got out my turntable, so it makes it easier. All right, so we're going with the red again. Same red. Some of the turquoise that I've toned down a little bit with some orange, just to give it a little bit more earthy feel to it. And still going with some of the green, but not as much. The peridot, I'm getting messy. And then the gold instead of the yellow for the center. Okay, still not blowing the white over it. I'm just going to blow it out. All right. And then the trick is to go back in. Let me get my paper towel so I can wipe the skewer. Have my skewer using the flat end, not the pointy end. Draw that in. Okay, and then swirl the center. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Blow that out a little bit more. All right, so much prettier little flower. So I will put that at the end of the video now that I know how to splice things in. Talk to you guys later. Bye.